The Honda Clarity is one of the least appreciated EVs on the market. My family's had it for 2 years now, and we found it to be a great family car. It's allowed us to save a ton of money by avoiding gas stations, while also helping us to decarbonize our lives. In this video, I'm going to show you the top 7 things we love about the Clarity and a few items we've had issues with. At the end, I'll give you my opinion on who I think should own one of these, and hopefully provide some clarity on the Clarity.
So what do I love about the Honda Clarity? Number one, if you want to decarbonize your life and save a ton of money by avoiding gas stations, this is a great option. Over 2 years, I think we've only bought gas about 5 times. And even when you do, the tank is tiny. It's like 6 gallons or so it doesn't take much to fill it. It's also a really quiet ride, so I think you'll love that aspect of it. It's also super reliable. We've had 0 issues with it. We've just changed the oil, so classic Honda, super reliable. It has great suspension as well, so it rides not quite as smooth as a town car, but it reminds me of that. My family had one growing up for a while, and it has a really smooth experience like that, where it just feels like you're kind of floating over bumps. Another great part is it gives you plenty of options on how to drive. So you can run it in all electric, you can run it in gas, you can charge the battery from the engine. So it gives you a lot of freedom on how you want to operate the car, and even sport mode if you just want to go quick through the city. Clarity is super comfortable inside. It's really spacious too, but I've found in the front and the back there's a lot more space than a lot of sedans, and it's surprisingly big for how small it is. There's a ton of legroom in the back. We can fit 3 car seats across back there, and there's also a cup holder if you fold that down if there's just 2 people. Another great thing about this car is it has an enormous trunk. You can see it's super deep inside. I can reach all the way in. And the seats can fold down, so if you have longer objects, you can put it down into the car further. The top issue I've had with this car is in regards to the battery. So in the winter time, the range drops significantly, which has been surprising. So you can have about 50 miles range. I've had up to 48 in peak of summer, but in winter when it gets cold, it drops all the way down to like 23 miles, even when it's fully charged, which is a significantly bigger drop than other electric cars I've had. Another issue I've had is if you're driving through mountains, even if you're in HV mode or the gas mode, when you're going up steep slopes, it'll start pulling off the battery. So if your battery's not fully charged when you leave, or if you're on a longer trip and that battery runs to 0, the car starts behaving very strangely. It has a hard time accelerating, kind of starts being really loud and not reacting properly, which creates some uncomfortable driving experiences. So you really have to keep that battery charged. So you can do the long press on the HV, which will help keep it charged, but then it also is running the engine really high, so that you don't have as much power getting up over big mountain passes compared to other vehicles. So I think the Clarity would be a great fit for you if you love Hondas. Super reliable, classic Honda. It feels like a regular car, like a regular Honda sedan. So if you're used to that, you love that, this is a great fit. If you can charge it overnight in a garage, so every time before you're heading out on a trip, the battery's fully charged, that works great. If you have to rely on public chargers, or it's harder because you have to park in the street, that does make it more challenging because the battery range in the winter is pretty low. I think the top reason to get this car is if you want an introduction into electric car world while still having gas as an option. It gives you the best of both worlds, and it's reasonably priced, super efficient, great ride, and I think if you get one, you'll love it.